sure to check out Ageless Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii SH Figuarts PS4 Advanced Suit Spider-Man. So let's get into it right away and take a quick look at the box. So we do get a basic style box when it comes to the SH Figuarts Marvel line. So we do get the window right there in the front of the box, and on the window in black does say SH Figuarts. We do have a sticker up there as well, but it's in Japanese, so I don't know what it says. On the bottom we do get an image of the PS4 Spider-Man. It says Marvel Spider-Man. We do get the Tamashii Nations quality sticker, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here's the bottom of the box with the barcode and blood explosive nobody cares about. Then here's the top of the box. And then the one side here with an image, well, a drawn image of Spider-Man, which is pretty cool. Then the other side has another drawn type image as well. Then the back here does show a bunch of pretty cool poses you can get the figure into, along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure, but to take a closer look at this really dope suited Spider-Man. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Tamashii Nations did a fantastic job with this PS4 Spider-Man. I really dig the way this suit looks here. I never played the game or anything like that, but like I said, I really like the way the suit looks, and the figure looks pretty damn awesome. Now the head sculpt here, I don't know if it's the same one as the Far From Home Spider-Man, but it kind of does look similar because they're using the same eye system where you interchange them, but the webbing is all sculpted on there and painted, as you can see, which looks pretty cool. The neck looks pretty good with the webbing and everything. And then we do get that awesome white spider symbol that's really large on the torso right there, and I do dig the way that looks. We get beautiful clean paintwork all throughout the legs and the arms and everything, and the torso and the pincers, so really nice job on the spider symbol there. And then the webbing looks great, and where the black, blue, and the white meet, excellent, clean, crisp paintwork. We got like some sculpted lines on the blue part right there, which looks pretty cool, and then I like how the blue meets with the red up around the shoulders. And then we do have these pieces that hide the shoulder joints that blend in really well with the rest of the torso. And then the back there, the spider symbol, once again, looks dope as hell, and we get some really great, clean, crisp paintwork once again there on the white, and same where the red meets the blue there. And then the arms here, great job with the webbing, and great job where that grayish color and the red and the blue all meet. And I like the sculpted lines in the blue parts that you see on the suit. I think that looks pretty cool. And I do like the white on the knuckles and all around the forearm and stuff like that. I think that looks dope as well. And we do get his web shooters on his wrist. And for the legs here, we do get some more like webbing around the waist right there, and it continues down to the thighs, and it does look like he's wearing a spider thong. But we do get some clean paintwork where the gray, red, and the blue meet right there, so definitely dope job with that. We get some of those sculpted lines once again on the blue, and we get some very nice sculpt work on the muscle definition. And then the knee joints blend in really nice on this figure. And then he has some huge calf muscles. We got more of those sculpted lines, and then I like the way the red and white look on the back of the Achilles heel right there. I think that looks pretty dope. And same with on the side, and I really dig the way the bottom of the feet look. I think that looks dope as hell with the red, white, and blue there. Really nice job on the bottom of the freaking feet, but overall, the entire figure, detail-wise, I think Tamashii Nations did a superb job with the paint sculpt. Definitely can't be any more happy with how it turned out, but anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we get a bunch of really cool stuff included with this PS4 Spider-Man. We have the basic stuff, and then we do have a few new things as well. So what we do get, we actually get a different type Tamashii Nations stand here. So I love the base with the spider symbol on it, and I do like the red translucent plastic, but they did give us a different arm, so you can put it all together like this. It's in 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3, as you can see right there, and then you can connect Spider-Man to that, or this accessory to that, or you could take these apart, take this piece, peg the magnet on, because we do get this magnet here, and you could peg this in the back of Spider-Man, or you could just peg this into the back of Spider-Man, and he will magnetize onto any type of metal, and it's a really strong magnet. And we do have the extension piece as well, just like with previous SH Figuarts Spider-Man figures. And a picture should have popped up to show you what it looks like with the magnet on, but it is definitely cool that they did include some sort of stand with the web slinger here, and I do like the magnet as well. So we do get that stuff, and then we do get 2 interchangeable head sculpts with 6 interchangeable eyes. So we do get the 2 head sculpts here, and they're the exact same. The one on the left is the one that you swap the eyes with, and the one on the right is the really widened open eyes, and I actually do like that one the best out of the other head sculpt with any of the other interchangeable eyes. So I do like that they included that extra head sculpt on the right there. But we get some great sculpt and paint detail throughout both head sculpts, and then we do get the interchangeable eyes for this one. So we have the most widest eyes there, then we do have, I guess, angry looking eyes here, and then some more angry looking eyes. They kind of look the exact same actually, so that's kind of odd. But we do get the eye swapping tool right there as well, and the eyes are fairly simple to swap out. This tool you could also use to swap out the back piece where he has the peg hole in the back right there, but I don't know how the hell you're going to get that out with something like that. You should use a tiny little screwdriver to get that out, unless you can get your fingernail under there and pop it out. But I'm going to show you how to swap the eyes on the head sculpt right now, along with how to swap the head sculpts. And swapping the eyes and the heads isn't too difficult. The eyes isn't really one of my favorite things to do. It can kind of be a pain in the ass. What I like to use is a small like screwdriver or Phillips head to get that out. You do have the eye swapping tool here, which does work. You just got to push on the peg inside the head to unpeg it. My left eye was stuck, or my right one was, so it was really difficult trying to unpeg it. So you just unpeg them and then slide them out like so. Take one of the other sets of eyes, peg these in like that, and then there you go. That's simple to swap the eyes. And the way you swap the heads, as I just showed you, you pull up to remove it and then take the new head here. It is shaped a specific way, the joint, so you do have to put it on correctly or it won't pop on properly. And there you go, as simple as that, to swap the heads and the eyes there. So we do get that stuff. And then we also get a cell phone, some little robotic spider looking thing. Then we do get 2 maybe grenades right there. I'm not sure what those are. Like I said, I have not played the game, but I believe this is the same cell phone we gotten with the Homecoming Spider-Man. There's nothing on the screen or anything like that, but I mean, it looks pretty cool, and he does hold on to it pretty well. Then we get these bomb looking things. Like I said, I'm not sure what they are. They could be something completely different, but they look pretty cool, and I do like the red paint on them as well. So we do get a pair of those, and then we do get this little spider bot here, which looks pretty cool, and you can connect this onto the stand as well, so it looks like it's like crawling up something or something like that. Or you could just put sticky tack on it and then sticky tack it to one of your dioramas and have it crawling up the wall or something like that. But the sculpt and the paint on it looks really nice, as you can see there, and all the legs are like a softer rubbery type plastic. So pretty cool added things they threw in with this Spider-Man here. So we do get that, and then we do get 5 different types of webbing. So we do get 2 whipping webs and then 2 like swinging or hanging type webs. Then we do get this new added webbing, which I'll show you shortly. So we do get the whipping webs here. We get a shorter one and a longer one, and one of mine broke here. It was like that straight out of the packaging, but it is more just a straight up white plastic. The sculpt detail looks alright on it. Not some of my favorite webbing, but it really doesn't look too bad, and those are pretty easy to get on the figure. I'll show you how to do that shortly. Then we do get 2 different types of thwipping or hanging webs. I believe they're both mainly like swinging webs, not thwipping, swinging webs here. So we have this one that's kind of bent a little bit, as you can see there, and then we get this one which is more straight, and then it does have this little check thing on the bottom that he does grip onto with the gripping hands there. And these look fine, nothing too crazy. I'll show you how to use those shortly as well. Then we do get this added web that I do like that they included, and this kind of makes it look like the web is like wrapped around his hand as he's like swinging around or something like that. And I'll show you how this works with those swinging webs right now. And the way you use the whipping webs is basic for almost any type of Spider-Man figure. So you just unpeg the hand, take the whipping web, pop that on, and then just peg the hand back on, and then there you go, you have Spider-Man with his whipping web there. So that's how you use that one. Now for the new webbing accessory with the swinging or hanging web here. So this one, you just slide in the peg hole in the hand right there, which is the web gripping hand, of course. So you do something like that. Now this new one here, it does have a little peg right there, and that pegs into the bottom of the hand. It's supposed to wrap over the hand like so. So you would peg that into the bottom part of the hand and then wrap it over the top of the hand. Whoops, the hand popped out. So you could do something like that. So it looks like he has some webbing wrapped around his hand, which is a pretty cool accessory. I do like this added new accessory here with Spider-Man. So you could do something like this, where he's like swinging around or something like that. Hold on, let me get him in a better pose there. And then there you go. So it's like he's swinging around and he's got a bunch of webbing wrapped around his hand. So definitely cool added accessory right there to give with Spider-Man. So we do get that stuff. And then we finally get 12 alternate hands. Then starting on the top right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. And all the hands are very simple to swap out, which it usually is most of the time with SH Figuarts. Then we do get a pair of open resting type hands. And I'm really not a fan of the way these are molded or sculpted. Then we do get a pair of whipping web hands. We do get a pair of wall crawling hands. We do get a pair of cell phone holding hands. And then we do get a pair of web gripping hands. And you can use those little bomb things. You could have them hold them in the open resting hands there. But we get some excellent sculpt and paint detail throughout all 12 hands. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with this advanced suit Spider-Man. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of this advanced suit Spider-Man, to the very top of his head, it looks like he's about 5 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Far From Home Spider-Man, the Mafex comic version Venom, the Mafex comic version Spider-Man, and the Mafex Iron Spider Spider-Man. And I think I like the Far From Home Spider-Man a lot more than the PS4 version here. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Endgame Captain America, the Mark 7 Iron Man, the Infinity War Thor, and the Infinity War Hulk. And I think the Spider-Man scales well with the SH Figuarts MCU line. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectible Smoke, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation of Peter Parker here, and I'm not incredibly happy with the movement on this figure. I do like the Mafex Spider-Man articulation a lot more than the SH Figuarts one here. So we do have 2 joints at the neck, then we do have that cool added joint that they did add on the upper neck here, so you can get Spider-Man to look all the way up with that extra hinge they add in there. Doesn't really look down though with that joint, so you just pretty much get him to look straight ahead. You really don't get much pivot there, which I'm not too happy about, but it does swivel. The lower neck, that's where you get the better forward movement. So with both joints, he looks down about that much. In both joints, you can get him to look up a little bit more, and you do get a little bit better pivot, not too much, though, at the lower neck there, and then it also does swivel as well. Now we do get a joint at the torso and at the waist here, and the waist joint, I'll go over that in a second, but the torso goes back about that much and forward about that much, so okay forward and back movement. It looks like there's good pivot, but it just springs back whenever I try to use it, so I don't know what the hell is up with that, but you do get swivel there as well. And not happy about the pivot. The pivot works, but it just springs right back, so maybe the joint's too tight or something. The waist here does go forward that much. You do see a little bit of a gap though, so with both joints he crunches forward that much, and then the waist doesn't go back too much. That's how far the figure goes back with both joints. Then you do get a little bit of pivot at the waist, and then it does swivel as well. One thing that irritates me about the waist joint, see where it's cut right there? It keeps getting caught on the crotch piece, so you have to like lift it over to pop it back on there, and that does get a little bit irritating. Now for the arms here, we do have like a butterfly type joint, so you can, let's see here, I hate the way they do the arms on their Spider-Man figures. God damn it, that joint's getting a little too tight there. You can get his arms to pretty much crisscross, and then you do get a nice like circular motion out of the arm right there. Then the arms only go out to the sides, let's see, a little less than 90 degrees, so not happy about that at all. The arms really irritate the hell out of me with this figure because you can't put them in certain poses and it's so damn annoying, but they do go up and down. We do not have true bicep swivel, which is a big factor in why his arm articulation is so crappy, because you can't do certain poses with not having true bicep swivel, man. Oops, pop the joint right off. When you don't have true bicep swivel, you can't do certain poses with your figures. I don't care about them breaking up the sculpt. I'd rather have the articulation. So you will have to use the bicep swivel at the shoulder. We do have double jointed elbows that do bend in almost all the way, and the joint here really does not swivel too much unless it's just really tight. See, you can get it to swivel, it's just really tight. Swivels a little bit where it connects into the forearm, and then the wrists here, we do a ball hinge, so it does swivel and hinges back and forth, and where the joint connects into the hand, you can move that all around as well. So I do like how they did that with the wrist joints. Now for the legs here, you can get Spider-Man to kick forward a little more than 90 degrees, can go up more, but it's going to kick the leg out to the side, as you can see. Goes to the back just a tiny bit. Let's see if he can Jean-Claude Van Damme it here, and he definitely can, pretty much because he is Spider-Man. And we do get a nice hip swivel. We do have double jointed knees that bend back all the way. Then for the ankles here, they do swivel. They hinge up a tiny bit, hinge down pretty much all the way, and then you can almost get a 90-degree bend. Well, pretty much a 90-degree bend ankle pivot, so pretty good ankle movement. Then you do have a nice toe hinge there. So overall, the articulation does leave a bit to be desired. I do wish there was a bit more articulation and better articulation, but he still does have some pretty good movement, and you'll be able to get him in some decent spidery Spider-Man-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts PS4 Advanced Suit Spider-Man. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd give it a 9.5. Articulation, I'd give it an even 8. Accessories, I'd give a perfect 10. And the overall quality, I would give an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from Ami, and I know this is a difficult figure to try to get. Agelessgeeks, I think, did sell out, but you can always check their website, agelessgeeks.com. If you can't find something on there, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it, but thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get a basic type of looking box from the PS4 game. Says Marvel Spider-Man. We do get the Tamashii Nation's SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and whoops. The SH Figuarts Far From Home Spider-Man, the Baju Ukawana, and the Iron Spider Spider-Man. The comic version Spider-Man and the Iron Spider Spider-Man. A lot of spiders being said.